A very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Hear that? That's the sound of you creating your own destiny. While others are waiting in line for brunch, you're spending Saturday in the garage. Because you went to advanceautoparts.com, ordered a platinum battery with a 3-year replacement warranty, and picked it up in-store just 30 minutes later. Now, installing a battery isn't an all-day job, but what the brunch crowd doesn't know won't hurt it. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back on the road. Visit advanceautoparts.com to learn more.
He's a pioneer and the voice for XTV East Coast. He's an XTV Hall of Famer. And now, Justin Turkey Legs brings his famous voice to the podcast world. This is Justin's Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is Justin Turkey Leg. Here another week with y'all to bring you Justin's Podcast. And, it's my 26th episode. We rolling here. Everybody knows, as promised, my special guest, BOOTSY, is going to be with us. But first, I want to share with you what's on my mind. I haven't done this in a while, but, everything's just been, running together. And haven't really been doing too many opens to my show. I just been kind of just letting it go and getting right into the interviews. But, the first thing I want to say is that, I have a new recording device. I'm recording on this iPhone 4, which I got to watch my time, and I don't know if I can go over 10-minute segments. Sometimes the interviews be getting real good, and, I gotta upload these in intervals now. I'm lucky that one of my podcasts was uploaded, successfully, because we had to, cut and paste, and it was a bit of a small challenge. I was a big fan of recording on the iPhone 6S. Everything was very convenient, and now we have a Samsung phone. And I'm recording on this iPhone 4, as I mentioned. This is a phone that I've had for quite some time. We ain't going to get into how it came to be. I ain't going to go into that. Maybe another time. If you remind me, I'll talk about it, but not right now. I feel funny about it. Anyway, we got a Samsung here. The Samsung, I just feel funny about it. I never know what it might do. It might just decide to just shut off on me for no reason, in the middle of a good podcast. So I'm just not too trusting of that. I don't like the phone. I've been on a diet. I've been on this every other day diet. And, Alec is going to be mad at me for, not being a part of the workout program just yet. But I'm going to do it. I'm going, make it work with my diet. I've been doing this every other day diet, and I'll tell you, it ain't easy, boy. It ain't easy. I'm finna eat right now. I ain't supposed to eat today. No. Well, see, this is how I break it down. Is okay. Because I've been following it, but I feel like on the weekends, because you be real hungry. I be hungry as hell on sometimes. Some days I can get through it, but on a day like today, it's my first day off from not working, and I want to eat. And I really didn't eat that much yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm balancing this out enough, because on days that you don't eat, you be like really hungry. Then on the days that you do eat, you don't eat as much as you would because you get full faster. And I'm not so sure if that's the healthiest route of taking, things. I think, I should eat more throughout the day than I do. But I just like binge eat like in the morning, eat a whole bunch of chicken and fish and be full as hell for the whole rest of the damn day, maybe until later that night when I smoke some weed. Then I get the munchies. and I got some real powerful weed. And I was like, nope, ain't gonna eat. But I ordered a grilled stuffed crust pizza with motherfucking pepperoni, sausage, and beef on this. So I'm gonna warn y'all ahead of time. If this a day that you not supposed to eat, then don't play this, cause that motherfucker is on the way, and I can't wait to eat that bitch. I've been thinking about this pizza all damn week, and right now, my stomach is really twisting and turning, and I'm having a hell of a time. But the pizza shop be here in between 45 to 35 minutes. You might hear while I'm on the phone with Bootsy. The phone call. You may or may not, depending on when it get called. But, yep. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen? There's been a rumor, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't give a damn. They be like, oh, Justin, don't let the cat out of the bag. To hell with that. I say what I want to on my podcast. But I will get to the bottom of this. There's been a rumor that my son has decided to join the roster. Oh, yeah. And they talking about he's been trained by a close friend of mine. Okay. So you Mr. Big Shot, huh? Justin Jr.? First you get on Romy's show talking about you smoke weed, I'm a bad father, and all this and all that. Not secondary. You want to go behind my back, go on behind my rump, and you want to do things like this? What would your mother think about that, Justin Jr.? You putting your butt at risk. People like Killer and Bob Classic, they not gonna care about that you my son. And that's even if you make it to those ranks. I'll tell you something, man. Tell you something. You get out there if you want to and get hurt. I'm gonna have a podcast where I go over the matchup that me and Big Trunks had at the XTV Mania. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show everybody that it ain't easy, especially on an announcer. They took the liberty of going out of their way and making us slow as hell and discombobulated, throwing off the camera angles. I'm running funny. Went out of their way. Man. That's another podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, if I sound, a little bit jaded, is that the word? I don't know. I'm trying to sound hip. But if I sound a little funny today, it's because I woke up this morning and I had to take, Soup to work. And, he had to go to Walmart, of course, to work. And we having a good morning. Of course, everything's going swell. We go downstairs. I crank up the car. I go to crank it up, and I get nothing. I get, it's just acting up, And, it was giving me issues, firing up, before. But, on this day, it really, would not turn over. It was just like, just clicking and clicking. And it wouldn't crank. It didn't crank at all. And so now, of course, we like, oh, fuck. So I say to myself, just say out loud, who can we call to help? And, he gets on the phone and he calls Sandra. And, he's like, can you come get me? He got to get to work by 11. It's about 9 something that we about to leave. Probably 9:46 or something. I just said that because it's 2:46 and I see the 46. But it was around that time. Anyways, he calls her. He'll say, yeah, can you take me? She like, I ain't got a choice. She come over here. She got an attitude. I can only imagine how that ride was. But I ended up calling AAA. Thank Jesus that I got AAA and they can help with such a situation. And so they got me fired up eventually. The guy had a hard time finding this place. And then, he got the lady, one of the ladies who actually worked here and was driving around on a trolley. And, he asked her to bring, to find 1915 because he couldn't find it. And she led him to 2015. She's like, I thought you said 2015. He's like, nah, 1915. And while she was leading him in the wrong direction, I'm like, hey, I just not seen your truck. I described it and everything, and he was all like, yeah, that's it. No, I bet you she's taking me to 2015. And lo and behold. So he came, he got out, and he went up to her and said, I said 1915, and, she finally brought him over here. It turned out that it was Laura, the initial person who I dealt with, when I was first working out the paperwork to move into the park here at Sienna. And so yeah, it was she a sweet ass lady, and he gave me a jump, and he was like, it was taking a long ass time to jump start my car. He put one pair of jumper cables on it, and the box that that he had that said jumper cables said that it's supposed to start the shit immediately. It had some kind of name that indicated that it's just supposed to be an immediate jump. It's got a lot of power in it. But so he put one on there, then he put two on there, and two of them didn't work, and he like, damn, he was just, he seemed to be a little concerned, and then he said, all right, hold on, I'm gonna try to triple. So he tried to triple, and he had to take the little machine off and move his truck and connect his truck to my car. At first he was just working from a little manual hand box with attachments to jump start my car. But now he had to use his truck, and so he did so, and it fired up after a while, but it took a long ass time. And I was on the phone with Sandra, and she was telling me that the battery is under warranty. So later today, she gonna take that battery up there, get it exchanged for a brand new one, and hopefully we can. Another thing we noticed about the battery is that it's off. Speaking of issues with the car, yesterday, or I should say, speaking of issues with a vehicle, yesterday over at Keystone, my illustrious workplace, I was driving truck 1545. This truck, the day prior, I had just got out of the shop. I went over with DJ, and he was showing me his music and stuff, telling me about things, and he he took me over there to get the truck out of the shop, and he said to me, check to see if the brakes, if they act funny. And I didn't notice it at the time. I did notice that it took a little bit extra, of the pushing down of the foot to get that thing to stop a little bit, at the time. But I had drove that truck, the next day, and which was yesterday, and I did notice that the brakes would lock up on you. Like, it was just like weird. Like, it'd be like, ding, it'd click. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I mean. And then it kind of jerked the vehicle, man. It was kind of strange. And then not only that, but once my whole route was over, I had to fill up the gas tank, of course. And when I went to go fill it up, damn, gas was spilling all over the ground, and it wouldn't go into the tank. It just like when I pumped, it just spilt onto the ground. It just big ass puddle of gas, you know. And come to find out today, one of my coworkers was telling me that one of the managers, Ruben, him and DJ, they the managers. Then Ruben is the co-manager, I guess, and he like, oh well, why he ain't check that out in the morning? And in the morning time, you can't check them trucks and expect to be able to see shit. It's dark. Ain't nobody looking all up under the bottom and shit for shit. It's dark. I'm getting my truck and I'm out of here. Anyway, I think I actually did check my truck that day too. Because most of the time, I really don't. Yeah, I'm coming clean. I don't be checking that motherfucker. But that day, I did my little walk around, kicked the tires and shit. It ain't nothing to it, That's all that you can expect from me. I ain't no mechanic. If I was, I would have been, able to diagnose what's been going on with my car. But that's besides the point. So yeah, I got that going on. It's just one thing after another. Working at Keystone, ladies and gentlemen. If you work there too many days back to back, it'll stress you. Because it's just always some shit. It's just one of them type of things. So, yeah, that's all that's on my mind. Coming up, I hope I ain't go over 10 minutes. Well, I did. Anyway, Bootsy, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us.
Need auto parts? Shop O'Reilly Auto Parts. With convenient locations nationwide and well-trained professional parts people, you can count on O'Reilly to help you get back on the road fast.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Back here, ladies and gentlemen, got Irene Monroe on the line, but you guys know her as Bootsy. How you doing, Bootsy?
I'm doing good, Justin. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear your voice. I was trying to look for some stuff on your on Facebook, but I noticed that you ain't there.
That stuff garbage. I just can't stand that junk. It's just like everybody just be on that doing stupid stuff.
Oh, there you go already. You might not know Bootsy, but over here in XTV, you are notorious for always saying your stupid self.
You crazy.
Yeah. Another thing about it is, I knew that, when I talked to you over the phone that, it was going to be like, I had to have complete privacy, not just because you were female, but also, because you talk loud as hell.
I do talk loud. I can't help it.
Yeah. So, tell everybody about, how you first got started in XTV. Because, it dates way back to like the mid '90s.
Well, back then, I ain't know what it was called or nothing like that. AVW just wanted me to be a part of it. And he used to ride my bus. And I used to ride on the bus with just all these badass kids. They was just bad. Oh my God.
You talking about, members of, the once A-Man Nation.
Yeah, but they ain't called it that. They was just badass kids. They just used to be, tearing it up. Like, they had, it was so bad that they had to like change school buses and like certain people got taken off the bus. But, they was still bad. And everybody just called us the ghetto bus. All the other white kids' buses was just like regular, but our bus was just like crazy. And we used to sit out in where like the buses would park in the morning time, and they would just be all rowdy. Like all the other kids on the buses would just be looking at us, cause our bus would be rocking and they just jumping up and down, and it was just crazy as heck.
Man, y'all just, I mean, like, and so, like, how did you fit into that?
I didn't. They just used to bother me all the time. Like they used to just be messing with me. It was me and this other girl, Tiffany. And, we just used to be talking to each other. It's crazy. Like, you bringing back memories because, like, I don't never even think of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people have been dying for me to get you, on this podcast. I'm real happy to have you.
Oh, no, it's good. I'm happy to do it. It's just, like, crazy. Like, that's just, like, so long ago.
And, I mean, there must have been something about you that, AVW seen that made him want to, make you a part of XTV at the time. I mean, what you think it was?
I don't know. I mean, I was quiet. I was just like, just reacting to how they was. I was just in almost of the time. And then my brother was bad as hell too. But he was younger than me. He was like, he was 2 grades up under me. And, I was in 8th grade and he was in 6th grade. And, I don't know. He just, girl, sit your butt down. I'm sorry. That's my badass kids. But anyways, yeah, I just used to be quiet all the time, and they just used to be bothering me. Talk about I'm sexy.
And so, is that like, around the time that you actually acquired the name BOOTSY?
Yeah, they just started calling me that for no reason. No, I think, no, you know what it was? They was making fun of my voice. They was chewing on how I talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying some junk, and I was just like screaming at them, and they was like, "Who she talk like? She talk like Bootsy." And they kept on going, "Bootsy, Collins."
That's just a traumatizing thing to go through.
They was bad. I'm telling you, like they used to pull no punches, and it was just like so many of them. Our bus was full to the max, and we were just so ghetto. Like it was so many kids on the bus that like everybody like could barely even fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you couldn't even have a seat. It was just so crazy.
Man, that sound like interesting time. Sound like they was having a whole lot of fun. I mean, was it fun for you?
Sometimes, but I mean that junk used to get annoying. I just used to get tired of them all the time. Like just like go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they should just stay messing with me.
Yeah. Well, I think that AVW thought that you were sexy.
Oh my God, you crazy, Justin.
I'm just saying, I think that's why he decided to bring you over. I mean, it was a very rather eccentric group on that bus, and he was a part of the pick of the litter, and then he brings you on over. How was that? When you first came in and met people from XTV.
Oh my God, we missed another train.
This is bullshit!
Hey, take this speaker. Why? Because you gotta get yourself when you're hungry. Lettuce?
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
There's so many cars out there. I just don't know which one to choose from. Yeah, I know there's so many Jeff Hardy cars, but I don't know who to choose from. Ernie, here, take this. Why, guys? Because you act delusional when you're You're not you. Wow. Grab a Snickers.
Sorry about that, Bootsy. I had to go answer the door and get my pizza. But yeah, how was that though? When you first came to XTV.
Well, I mean, the first person that I kind of clicked with was Johnny Polo, and like he, kind of introduced me to the A-Man Nation and stuff, and we just used to hang out. I mean, like you had said, Mike and them, and everybody was just hanging around. They was just bad. They used to be smoking. They used to have that place all just smoggy.
I mean, where was they at?
It was like they called it the A-Man Nation room or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's right. Everybody had their own different rooms and stuff.
Yeah, and so we used to just be in there, and like my eyes used to just be red, like not even from smoking, but they just used to be burning. And I used to be like, oh my God, like y'all is just off the chain, and they just played loud music, and it was just so bad and obnoxious.
It's strange that you just find your way, in this situation. It seemed to me that you didn't even really want to be a part of this juncture, but you just ended up there just because you was pretty.
I guess. I don't know. It's just like, it was crazy to me. It was just, a lot of stuff was funny to me because I was just so young. I was probably like 13 or something like that. So, it was just crazy.
And you say, the first person that you met was Johnny Polo, and if I got my facts straight, I think that you dated JP. I mean, is that true?
Yeah, we started dating each other when we started doing like wrestling and stuff. Yeah, cause he started the wrestling, and I used to just go with him to train, and he used to be training with Baby. Oh my God, I remember Baby. She was so doggone like just terrible, like. She used to have a flip mouth, and she never used to go off on me, I guess because we was on the same side or whatever, but it was just crazy, just seeing that, like, such a young girl with, like, a flip mouth. I'm like, dang, girl.
I mean, but, so y'all wasn't, like, around the same age?
I don't think so. I think she was younger than me, like, by, like, 2 years or something like that.
Man, I gotta get Yosi on this podcast. The stories that I can only imagine that she had. I mean, so how did things unfold for you? I mean, you I guess you eventually took interest in getting in the ring.
No, I just got drug into that junk. I ain't want to be no wrestler, but they just had drugged me into that junk. Like they was just like, get in the ring, and they wanted to see me fight up against Baby, and she punched hard. She was like punching me, like I even had the little like protective gear on, and that junk hurt. Like her punches just sting, and I used to just always get beat. It was embarrassing, man.
Oh, getting your ass whooped by a kid, basically. But I mean, you in good company. I can tell you that. I done got my ass beat by Yosi plenty of times, so, Oh, man, it's a good time here on Justin's podcast, sitting here with Bootsy, and, man, we talking about the good old days. Bootsy, a lot of people don't realize that you spent time in SIDE, like, how was that? I mean, like you said, you didn't want to be a part of, the main roster. So, how did that unfold for you?
It's kind of hard to remember. It was so many people back then. Like once I got into the wrestling side of it, it was like all these different people, and I ain't know who nobody was. So I always stuck with the Nation, cause they was always what I knew. You know what I mean? And it's like, hold on. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I heard something. But anyways, though, that's crazy. What was I saying?
You was talking about, your early days in SIDE. You say you remember vaguely.
Yeah, I remember was certain people. I remember different things they had told me to do, and I tried out, and like they just kind of gave up on me. Like they didn't think that I was good at all, and they just kind of used me as like, just like a jobber girl, I guess, or like not really a jobber because I would win my match, but like I just didn't really get a lot of time. Like I get like 2 minutes, and like my matches was boring, but then what ended up happening was for some reason I ended up teaming with Kimberly. Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, his wife, and we was a team.
Yeah, because, you talking about, this is during the time that y'all was doing Nitro, and, for y'all who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Bootsy was picked as Tigress. You don't know this, Bootsy, but that's who you was. And so, both Tigress and Kimberly was Nitro girls, and that being the booking, since they both like wore similar outfits. Y'all had like the red top and the black pants, and y'all was pretty damn good.
Yeah, like we used to actually win matches. Like I mean, it was crazy. Like they just gave us a good little run. I mean, we just kept on winning like every week, like week after week. We was just beating all the teams, and like it was us, and it was like JP and Baby, and they never make us want to fight because all us was a part of the nation, so we ain't never get a chance to fight for the tag team titles. But we was good enough. I thought that they was gonna give us the belts. Eventually, like I was like, dang, we winning.
Yeah, and your moveset was pretty impressive. I mean, for the time, for what was able to be done, I think that's one of the reasons why that team was over, because you guys, kind of had like the high flying stuff. You had that jumping leg drop off the top rope, and I'm sure that Yosi taught you that.
Yosi taught me everything that I was trying to do. I learned from Yosi.
Yeah, good stuff. So, as time evolved, then, I mean, how did things, go for you? I mean, what was going on? Because, you guys had a little run, and then, I guess because of Baby and Johnny Polo just being the tag team, I guess that, like, you guys' run, you and Kimberly's run was short-lived. And so, how did things evolve after that?
Well, it was just like, I don't know. I just left XTV because what happened was I stopped going to that school, so they just stopped using me, and that was it. That was just the end of my XTV career.
Yeah. So you went to a whole nother school, and it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yep. That was it. They used me up, but it was fun though.
It would have been interesting to see you, come through, later on in the years. Would you ever consider coming back? That would be interesting. I mean, Bootsy in 2016. Imagine that.
I don't know. Like it's so much crazier now. I mean, it'll be fun because it's some girls who I would like to go up against, but some people is just so disrespectful. Like, it just kind of take you out of your element.
Who are some of the people that you see nowadays? I mean, like, that you like that's in the ring.
I like everybody. I like everybody that I see. My favorite wrestler used to be Miss Intense. Cause she used to she used to always win, and she was like kind of like, she wasn't small, but she was like skinny, and she was tall, and that's different. I like different stuff.
Yeah, she was good. How's your brother Barrington?
He good. Yep.
That's good. Well, Bootsy, it was great talking to you. It was definitely great catching up with you, and I hope that maybe we'll see you, later on in the future.
I hope to see y'all too. Thank you for having me on this show, and you never know. I might talk to somebody, and that's in a high place, like Justin wife.
Yeah, you never know. All right, bye, Bootsy.
Bye, Justin.
Certainly want to thank Bootsy, a.k.a. Irene, for stopping through or actually taking the time out to talk to us here on Justin's podcast. Good stuff, man. You know, it's always good catching up with old Irene. You got any thoughts about that, Daniel Dingo? I think that she's a fine young woman, but I think that you are an egg-sucking dog, you fat son of a bitch. Damn. All right. I'll take it.
And I think that she came out during the time that I was making eggs, and there was a piece of.
We ain't got time for all that, Sparky. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we got us a two-parter. Not only do we have BOOTSY on the show, but I also had an interview with Fat Girl, a.k.a. Amber Jameson. She joined me, so we're going to be playing that interview on the other side of this here break. So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Donald Grump, famous billionaire. Some people say my TV show has gone to my head, but I disagree. Come in.
Here's your laundered shirts that you asked for, Mr. Grump.
Too much starch.
Huh?
You're fired.
But
Sure, I'm picky. I can afford to be. Promoting my name has made me rich. And if you want your business to be a success, call the Eisenberg Agency, the advertising experts at 404-610-1531. Come in.
Hi, Donald. I just wanted to bring my new husband some lunch.
I don't like mayonnaise. You're fired.
But
The Eisenberg Agency specializes in clever ads that cut through the clutter. Donald Grump.
Hi, Grumpster. George W. What's up?
Well, Mr. President, you've interrupted my commercial. You're fired.
Hey, for a minute there, I thought you said I was.
That's the Eisenberg Agency, spelled Eisenberg.
Call 404-610-1531 and visit www.eisenbergagency.com.
Announcer, that was a horrible read.
Oh, don't tell me I'm fired.
Of course not.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. You're fired.
White humor. What's up, bros? Brian Millman here. It's the New Millennium Podcast. It's already a new month, and it's finally here. 3D, my interview with Dyro the Dragon. I finally went back all the way up to Connecticut, conducted this interview with him. He's talking about some crazy stuff in XTV. He's going to be the commissioner, bros, and he's got some interesting ideas, some interesting thoughts about the future and what's going to be happening next in XTV. Whole lot of new rookies, whole lot of big names, whole lot of interesting situations. I think you might want to hear about it, and it's all going to go down this week, or this month, I should say, for the New Millennium Podcast.
The New Millennium Podcast with Brian Millman. Check it out on XTV East Coast.
Yeah, sitting here with Fat Girl, ladies and gentlemen. Her real name is Amber Jameson. She just recently got married. Congratulations on that. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. Bigger than ever. Fuck you, nigga. Don't be fucking with me. Oh man, Miss Amber Jameson, get my name right, nigga. Don't fuck around. The only person, well, you probably, it's probably like you was the biggest big girl here on XTV, and with all due respect, Amber, a lot of people thought that you probably wouldn't be around by now because of just your size. Did you ever have like a relationship with lots and lots of? Hold on, nigga. I know you sit out there just not trying to have a damn, trying to undercover damn swag on me. You gonna throw no other couple jobs at me. You gonna be throwing no other couple jobs at me. Well, if you could just slow down a little bit, maybe we can understand what you're saying. You got too much in your damn chair. Justin, don't fuck around with me, bitch. I'm gonna come bobbing and weaving. I'm bobbing and weaving. All right, now. Just cool out, Amber. Oh, who is this? My girlfriend. Take that out. Don't your wife edit this? Yeah. Anyways, so oh man, this is fun. Yeah, but I wanted to know, like, did you go out? No, I go out with no doggone lots and lots of. What we gonna do? We gonna do that? We fight over food. I don't want to fight over the food with no lots and lots of. I don't know why I was under that impression. Just because we fat people always assume that two fat people go together just because they're fat. Take us through, your earliest days in XTV. I think you started out with me, and I wouldn't be popular if it wasn't because of you. And this is because they like fat people. They love fat people, and fat people. It was a common thing around the time. So people just wanted to see all kinds of fat people, and I was one of the fat people that they had chose. Yeah. That's right. That's why we have made the Food Society. Food is food. You got out there told us food is food. Yeah. It ain't make no damn sense, but, we was hungry. Yeah. Give me some more water. This gentleman Amber is one of those fat women that ain't got no damn manners. She just, you talk about it, ain't got no manners. Yeah. You just come to people's house talking, just demanding water. This is my house. I don't give a damn, look. I'm a big girl and this take me easy to get dehydrated. So get your ass to step and get up out there and get me some more water. I get some more water. I wish I had a damn. Wait a minute. I forgot. Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel is my new waiter. Howard. Yes, Justin. Would you bring Amber a pitcher of water with some ice? I need me some ice. Sure thing. I'll be right down. Well, Howard Finkel's gonna be coming down here. How the hell you get Howard Finkel as your damn waiter? My wife, she come in here. She like Hillary Clinton, she come in here. She go to wreck and shop as far as just things that she get. It's like she can get anything. She got powers. She can heal people. She can give lives. Her popularity is surprisingly through the roof. I don't even make fun of her no more. You ain't got no reason to make fun of nobody. That's what your problem was. You was always making fun of somebody that was the same size as you. You weren't the same size as me. You was bigger than me. You was much, much bigger than me. Ladies and gentlemen, coming down the aisle. Are you announcing the water? With a tall cup of ice. Weighing in at 7.5 ounces. This pitcher of water. Thank you, Howard. Thank you. And thank you, Miss Amber. You're so sweet. You're such a sweet man. Oh, I'm going to grab on your dangling. Don't touch me there. This weekend, Miss Martha says she's going to be taking the children out on the Orlando tour for WrestleMania 33 tickets. Also, this Sunday, you'll be seeing Romy Rome handing out Thanksgiving turkeys with DJ, of course, and members of the Trap City Squad. Then, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Howard, please, I'm trying to do an award-winning podcast. Can you do this another time? Yes, but Miss Martha wanted me to let you know that this March, we will be having the extravaganza of a lifetime, XTV Mania 2017. Don't worry, we'll edit that. Thank you, Howard, for the pitcher of water. That's not really here. Okay, I'm trying to get into this interview with Amber here. I feel vulgar calling you fat girl. I mean, we all grown up. People still call me fat girl. That's what I'm known for. As soon as I come around here, they're going to say, fat girl, we got these questions for you. If you want to ask me a question, you can hit me up on Twitter at the world's biggest peaches. You can hit me on Instagram at peach1264. 1264. Is that your weight? Don't you get your ass knocked out now. Don't you ever mess with me, Justin. I get my ass up out of this chair and I roll all over your ass and you know it. Man, it would have been a great match if you had wrestled up against that girl, Delina. Like, people from the West Side don't know Delina, but if you had went up against her, she was this girl in middle school, and she was this huge girl. I have to show you a picture in the yearbook. She was enormous, one of the biggest girls on campus, and up to this point, one of the biggest girls we had ever seen. And man, if you had a sumo match with her, that would have been out of this world. You put me down one more time, I'm gonna send your ass to the festival, Gordon Johnson. But on a serious note, I remember the No Limit sides. You remember that? Oh yeah, I remember that. That was just so fun. That was so fun back in the days because they had fun and let me do something. They let me do something, that was fun that ain't had nothing to do with food. Well, they knew that if you did a verse on that you would get tired. That's just like your fat ass, just like that. If you do a verse like that, you will get tired. Oh man, now what was the order of that? I don't know, you're supposed to know the damn order. I can't remember who the fake ass Master P was. I think it was Romy though. I think Romy was Master P. Then I came on, I was Fiend. Tails was Silk the Shocker. You was naturally the big girl. Tails was Silk the Shocker, Tails was Mexican. I don't know who the Zelda Shocker was. I can't remember. I just remember that I was the No Limit sign. We got the industry line. We can't be stopped too high. Try to spot that we got on your pros. Let the centerfolds block. We saying all you hoes. Want some more? Then let's go. Stretch it out like elastic. Set the last in plastic. Before we get classically drastic. It's like 10 killers. All grown in the ghetto. Better rather than sister. It's like we fighting 10 killers, believe her. Baby boy, it's the biggest mama man. They'll land like diva. Look old man leader. Believe her, I see her. And get your ass embarrassed. And yell just at Jamaica. Your attention can carry it away. So stay in your place when you hear mama speaking. Can't display crit away when you hear the tank creeping. All right. Beautiful. She still got you, still got it. It was a rumor that went on back in the days. Tails was like quite the Mac. He used to date. He dated. Oh, I need some water from that shit. Oh, I'm tired. You did the whole thing sitting down. What the hell? But he used to date Coco at one point in time. And he even dated. He even dated you. Is that true? Yeah, we were together all the time, and that's why I love me some Tails. He used to take me to Olive Garden. So I gotta ask you, Amber. I mean, Tails all these years, is Tails gay? I mean, do y'all still, touch bases? He's still every part of my life, because he still always be sending me coupons to take me all kinds of places. Red Lobster, Olive Garden. He take me out to Cheddar's. He take me out to Longhorns. He gave me a 50% off ticket to Applebee's. Lord, I love me some Tails. I love you, Tyree! Yeah, but is he gay? I don't give a damn what that young man's sexual orientation is. What? I don't care what his sexual orientation is. Orientation? You ghetto ass. Whatever the hell the damn word is, I don't give a damn what it is. That man know he can feed him a woman. Anyway, they want to keep somebody happy. They kept to their heart as their stomach. Definitely can't disagree with you on that. Man, I'm having a great time here with Amber, a.k.a. Fat Girl, here from XTV. How did things, proceed? You was a part of the No Limit sides, and you also would have like little tidbits in and out of XTV. What happened after that? Well, I just got tired of being around here, so I just wanted to lay up and I wanted to get me knocked up and have me some more babies. People couldn't believe how much more bigger I had got. Because I had got in contact with some more people, and I sent them pictures. Yeah, we got pictures right here up on the monitor. She got those rolls in her arms, ladies and gentlemen. It's like everything is made of rolls. Rolls on her arms, rolls on her legs. Her stomach got rolls. She's a mountain marshmallow of a woman. I done heard your Apple podcast before. Oh, shit. You won't be disrespecting people on the damn podcast, so don't disrespect me on our podcast. Damn. Nigga. It's the truth. I'm commenting on what I see. Anyways, you want one today? Anyways, I apologize. All right. I'm just saying, that's a lot of women. There's a lot of women and a whole lot of women like a whole lot of men like women like this. Voluptuous. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, what type of a man would... Trust out. Well, who's the daddy? You don't know who the father is. Oh, what about the kids? I mean, where are the kids at? How old are they? I got a kid that's 8, and I got a kid that's 12. I got a boy and I got a girl. The boy's the oldest? The boy's the youngest. And I got a little doll, and she looks just like me. And her name Precious. Well, you named her. You named her Precious. What's wrong with the name Precious? Ain't nothing wrong with the name Precious. I wish we could take a look at, some pictures of them. Why is it? Because I'm not trying to make fun of them. But I had kids. And times got hard for me. Times got very hard. You sound like one of them damn characters that Martin be playing. Please don't throw nothing else. That shit hurt. I got a lump on my head. Well, you shouldn't have opened your mouth. Now should you? Second person of all time that has put their hands on me on my own show. The illustrious Justin Podcast. I'm gonna whoop your illustrious ass, you try me again. I warned you, nigga. Next time I will jump on you. That's why I brought up Delina. She used to always threaten to jump on me. Sit on me. Just be this girl, Katrina Majuri, sitting up there cutting promos on me. Because I used to mess with her, And then she used to be like, yeah, and if you keep on messing with me, I'm going to get my girl Delina to sit on you. And she'd just be looking at me with this mean wrestler face and nodding her head yes in the affirmative. Talk about yes in the affirmative. Is that the affirmative or yes? Pick a word. You use the 2 words. That's a right on sentence, nigga. You damn sure ain't ready for doing a podcast. Well, I have you know that this is my 26th podcast. And there's a whole lot more to come. I'll have you know that. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That don't make you no professional. It don't matter how many you can sit up there and do in your little rinky-dink studio. What's with all the hostility, fat girl? Don't call me fat girl. Don't nobody call me that no more. You just told me that they did. Don't call what you calling me that. So don't call me that. This is getting out of hand. No, you out of hand. You out of line. Why do you do that? Why do you move like that? I wonder if that's picking up on the radio. All right. Oh, wait a minute now. Now, wait a minute. What your dog acting as? I say you motherfucker down. Wait a minute. What? You was on the acting on fucking time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that. Listen, can we move forward with the story? I mean, it's very intriguing. It's very interesting. You just talking about how, you was a part of, the No Limit Sides. You didn't even speak on being with the Food Society that much. What the hell is it to speak on, Justin? I told you got your ass up there talking some food. There's food. And all we cared about, you already admitted, all we cared about is sitting there eating. We give a damn about what nobody had to say. We just knew it was food and a guest speaker. It was a plate of vegetables way over there on some table, and ain't nobody fuck with them. So one time I took a piece of lettuce and put it on my hamburger. Told me I don't want to diet. I'm lying to myself, but nowadays I'm free. I'm free to live and do whatever I please. That's right. I'm free. Free as a bird. I mean, so tell us. I mean, you left XTV. You had a couple babies. And what's their name? I got 2 babies, and then they're Leon and Dion. And Dion was born first. And I said, if I have another baby, if God bless me with another baby in my womb, I'm gonna name him
I guess what, I got me a baby boy. I'm gonna name him Leon. And I got me that baby boy.
It's a beautiful thing. So, I mean, around what time period would you say, I mean, was this?
This is right after I left XTP, around 1998. And then, and I moved to Atlanta. And I moved to Decatur. And that's when I stopped being called Fat Girl, and I changed my name to that big girl from Decatur.
You changed your name from Fat Girl to that big girl from Decatur?
Yeah, cause I used to be a singer, and that's why I had featured on the Outkast song. Cause they was like, "Oh, you that girl that used to be the No Limit Size girl? Can you do a rap on this?" And I said, "I don't want to do no rap, cause that rapping made me tired, but I can sing though." And they had me sing. I have a beautiful voice.
It's lovely. There's so much soul in that.
It won't be over till that big girl from Decatur sang. And that's why I had landed me a job over there in Decatur. And, you know, as the big girl from Decatur.
You landed a job in Decatur as the big girl from Decatur. How does that work? What did you do?
You sound like they can't just have me a job. Well, I'm too big to have a job too, Joseph. I guess they can't have my kids because it's just too hard for me.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, what does the big girl from Decatur job consist of?
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you can stop interrupting me. You interrupt me one more time and I'm going to punch you. The big girl from Decatur job is when everybody jobs is just stopped and they ain't going no more. And then I just get up on my seat and I move and I sing my song. I retired.
I see why.
Just then.
Great picking up a fat girl, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, damn, I had a good time sitting with her. Yeah, she ain't changed one bit. I don't know if you can understand what the hell she talking about, but she's a hoot, as you can see. We had a great time. She just got tired. She didn't want to do that podcast no more. She asked me to turn it off. I obliged, and we had lunch. Oh man, it's been a great time. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you also to Bootsy for showing up. Thank you to Howard Finkel for bringing us some water. And thank you for tuning in to another week here on Justin's podcast. We just keep on rolling with them, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Guess after guess, and you'll never know who's next. You know why? Because I ain't going to tell you. Until next time, everybody, it is nighttime, it is falling, and I got to go to work tomorrow. I hope you don't, so that you can just stay up, and you ain't got to do nothing, and you get to eat. Order you a pizza. Enjoy your night, or sleep as long as you want to, because this is your life. Coming from the park, everybody, this is Ernest Justin Turkey Leg. Good night.